Wow, I didn't know my mic was not working. Hi, Dean, I just see that my mic was not working. So finally, I just realized this. So thank you, Dean, for the heads up. Dean is over here. Hi, Dean. Thank you for the heads up on the audio. It always happens in 2021 that we are unmuted. So yes, thanks for giving me a heads up. So now I am unmuted. Dean is a great IT recruiter. Do go and follow him. So yes, now I'll reintroduce myself. So this is a LinkedIn Live, which I do, where I bring on experts and I also give my advice around for newcomers to Canada on how they can accelerate in their job search and career goals at a pre-arrival stage, recently landed, or even if you are in an undervalued job, on how you can use LinkedIn as a professional tool to accelerate your career goals in skill specific job. Introducing myself, I'm an online LinkedIn trainer for immigrant job seekers who helps them connect with economic opportunities using LinkedIn. Today was a today basically I'm doing this impromptu LinkedIn Live because my one of my discovery calls was rescheduled. So I was like, I'll use this time. I planned a couple of things which I have been asked by a lot of newcomers as a part of my research, which I'm conducting at the moment. So I was like, I'll just come on LinkedIn Live right now, use this time, and try to answer those questions because I'm sure these are the questions which one immigrant has, like likely more immigrants would be asking the same question. So I was like, I'll do this LinkedIn Live. So I will be talking about not known but some subconscious LinkedIn myths newcomers, specifically at a pre-arrival stage, they have on how LinkedIn works in Canada as a professional tool. So I'll be sharing all those myths and I'll be demystifying them with you. So before I go into it, before I would definitely want to make you a part of the show as well. I'll be conversing with you. I'll be taking in your questions. At the moment, leave it in the comments below where you're joining me from. In any part of the world you are from, leave the city, the country, and what you want to be remembered as like professionally, probably a title or space or whatever, or expertise you want to define, what you want to be remembered for professionally. Probably you might find a like-minded person in the comments. So leave it in the comments below where you're joining me from, and I will bring you as part of the conversation on my screen. Your comment will be displayed over here. So let's quickly go into the first one, which I've heard a lot of pre-arrival immigrants are having this myth or misconception. I would say they are comparing LinkedIn with resume. Now, these are like my research is completely based on newcomers to Canada who are planning to land in 2021 or 2022 or have just landed. So, my research, like I've already spoken to almost 45 people. So during these interactions, one-on-one interactions that I had, one common thing that pre-arrival immigrants or recently landed immigrants is that they are they're coming with the concept that LinkedIn is just a online resume, and probably they are bringing the knowledge that they have on how LinkedIn work in their origin country, so they are carrying the same thing and they are perceiving LinkedIn in the same way and probably have the same tactics of using it as an online resume. So the first thing is that in Canada, job search is very, very different from how it might have been in your origin country. So a job search strategy in Canada is like I call it an apple pie. So apple pie has different pieces like resume, interview, LinkedIn, networking. So these are like different pie pieces of the pie. You have to equip and use each pie or each tool for your career or job search goals. You cannot just rely on one tool. It's you have to have a strategy using all the tools. So this is first that you need to learn about how things are in Canada. And LinkedIn, definitely, it's a very, very critical part of that job search strategy apple pie. You have to come on LinkedIn with the mindset that it's a professional tool, which has long-term benefits. So it doesn't only help you get the foot in the door, but also it will have benefits in your career acceleration, probably for your next promotion as well. So LinkedIn is not your resume in Canada for sure. It's a different beast in itself when it comes to job search, and I'll be talking about in second and third misconceptions that I will be speaking. But LinkedIn is definitely not your resume. Don't treat LinkedIn as your resume. Treat this as a social media platform, or a social networking platform where you are coming, let's say, in a room full of 17 million Canadian professionals. Yes, there are 17 million LinkedIn profiles on LinkedIn. um, uh, Canadian LinkedIn profile. So you're entering into a room where there are 17 million Canadian professionals, and you have to present yourself, you have to network with them, you have to position yourself rightly. So treat this as a remote networking opportunity, which you can avail even at a pre arrival stage. So please don't position LinkedIn as just a resume. There is a whole big dimension to it in Canada. So that was the first thing. And another aspect of like differentiating resume with LinkedIn is resume is a highly customized piece of tool which you customize based on each job description. LinkedIn is so one resume, one job description, one employer. LinkedIn is speaking to probably four or five dream employers that you want to work with. So you do a LinkedIn presence, you do LinkedIn profile, you do create LinkedIn content, you strategically network. So that is speaking to more than one employer. So that's the primary difference. So LinkedIn is not just your resume, it's a social networking platform, which is where you have to position yourself, where you have to carry yourself, where you have to network. So this was the first myth I wanted to break, a misconception. Don't carry your pre like conceptions that you had of your origin country. Try to unlearn few things to learn how things work in Canada. So that was the first one. I would love to hear from you. What do you think? How have been your efforts on LinkedIn? How successful were you? So to leave it in the comment below, what problems you're facing right now using LinkedIn at a pre-arrival, or a recently landed newcomer, or even if you have landed or you're in undervalued job, how LinkedIn has been for you. So leave it in the comments below. Farooq has joined, that agreed. Yes, Farooq, thank you so much for echoing what I am saying. You have to learn to learn new things on how things work in Canada. Jobanjeet is saying hi. Jobanjeet, he's a very regular follower of mine, and he learned like very proactively. So thank you, Jobanjeet, for being over here and listening. Um, Throughout the show, I will be taking in your questions. So do leave it in the comments below if you need any advice on your LinkedIn strategy for your career acceleration tools. The second thing which I found, and this was something. I found it as a part of not one conversation with one pre-arrival immigrant, but there were couple that who said the same thing, as a part of the 45 conversations which I have. So I'm talking about one-on-one conversation with 45 newcomers to Canada, some at a pre-arrival stage, some recently landed, and this was that visibility on LinkedIn is just keywords. So again, going and tying it back to what I have said, that LinkedIn works in a very different way in Canada. It's a social networking platform where you have to present yourself to 17 million Canadian LinkedIn profilers. So it's not just the presentation that you make, it's how you make it, how you approach them, how you connect with them. It's more than just what you write on your LinkedIn profile. And as a part of what you write in your LinkedIn profile, the concept is that you just infuse keywords. So LinkedIn presence in Canada is more than just keywords. And this came up as with more than one conversations I had as a part of my research. Um, Treat LinkedIn as a social networking platform. Yes, keywords are very important part of impressing the LinkedIn bot, but ultimately you have to impress the LinkedIn humans who LinkedIn bot brings to you. So it's your LinkedIn presence as a job seeker is that you want to be friends with LinkedIn bot for visibility, and you want to have very good impression with LinkedIn humans as well. So you have to keep both in mind. So LinkedIn presence in Canada is more than just keywords. Keywords will help, but that's just one aspect of the 100 things that you need to keep in mind. So that was the second misconception. A lot of immigrants need to kind of unlearn and learn how LinkedIn visibility works holistically, where recruiters and employers are taking a holistic impression of you, of your not only technical skill but personal skills as well, what you bring on table with your personal values, and that is highly regarded when it comes to making a decision who to hire. And you can use LinkedIn beautifully to sell your personal skills as well for the cultural fit. Sometimes when it comes to the final decision to choose candidate A versus candidate B, they both are good in probably technical skills, but the employer chooses A over B because of the personal skills. Personal skills are really, and they are more important now after COVID, because personal skills has enabled companies, individual communities to move out of the storm, COVID storm, which is still going on. So that was the second thing. LinkedIn presence is more than just keywords. I have comments coming in. Jobanjeet is saying, "You're welcome." Thank you, Jobanjeet. He's also saying, "I'm struggling with getting my full-time dream job title." Jobanjeet, I can probably say that I see you making an effort on LinkedIn, and you have very high spirits. Um, uh, Take your job search journey as a roller coaster of ups and downs, and I know you will get it. You have all the credentials. You're using LinkedIn the right way. If you feel that you need more guidance on how to use LinkedIn, probably if you want me to audit your strategy and coach you on how you can bring those conversation and convert those connections into right conversation, probably we can do one-on-one discovery calls, and how I can help you with my services. I'll be happy to have a discovery call with you. Do connect with me in the direct message. um, let's go to the third one, the biggest misconception. And Jobanjit, I would say stick over here because I'll be talking something about the coaching part as well. Probably that can help you with the question that you had around the struggle with the dream job title. So do stick around. The third biggest misconception I found as subconsciously, when we are coming from origin countries and settling in Canada, we are learning new things, different aspects, Canadian communication, networking. But somehow, when it comes to LinkedIn, LinkedIn is just treated as a connecting platform. A lot of newcomers that I spoke to said that yes, I want to strategically network, and I'm connecting with people. But when I dig deep into, are they converting those connections into meaningful conversations which are resulting in economic opportunities? Majority of them said that they're struggling in starting the conversation and then converting that conversation into being known, like, and trusted, basically nurturing strategy. Many pre-arrival and recently landed newcomers are saying, I'm very successful in connecting with people, but networking is not just connecting, it's like networking to nurture that, to attract economic opportunities. Majority said that they are not able to do so. And there are a lot of moving aspects to it when it comes to converting a connection into a conversation. which brings economic opportunities. Your networking approach, your networking communication, your networking roadmap of how you are nurturing relationship, of being known, like, and trusted. Because once you become a trusted partner, Canadian is a trust-based economy. They will bring economic opportunities to you in terms of referrals, introduction, job leads. So concentrate. Learn that networking is not just connection, it's the first step towards connections, but making that connection a warm lead which brings you economic opportunities should be your goal. And if you're struggling with that, stick around. I will be sharing how I can help you with that. So these were the three famous LinkedIn misconceptions. Subconsciously, newcomers were bringing. Subconsciously, these are stopping newcomers in using LinkedIn at the optimum way. So I was like, I'll demystify them in a LinkedIn live today. Going back to the fourth one, which a lot of newcomers ask me, that what is coaching, and how can you help us as a LinkedIn coach? It was a very frequently asked question. So I was like, I'll include this in today's live. I know I'm getting a little blurred, but let's concentrate on what I bring on table. What is coaching, and how you as a coach can help us as an immigrant job seekers, like pre-arrival, landed, or even if you're an undervalued job, how you can bring us closer to skill specific for job. I want to hear quote. I want to hear first explain to you what is coaching, because coaching is a new concept when we are coming from an environment where coaching is not very known as a tool to professionally accelerate on certain skills which we kind of have to polish. Ultimately, we say that we'll use there are a lot of free tools. I'm not saying they're not there. Yes, free tools are out there. Use, explore them. If that works your way, do that. Coaching is one level step than doing it by yourself. And I use two examples because I read a lot. I am on LinkedIn for my clients, and I have a network of like think tanks. So I read a lot of LinkedIn posts which are very intellectual. So I'm sharing two posts which explain what coaching is. One post was done by David McLean, and he defines coaching as using the words of Aaron Sorkins. Aaron Sorkins is basically he's a writer, and he writes for West Wing series. So in this series, he's describing coaching as this guy is walking. Let's say this guy is walking down the street when he falls into a hole. A guy was just walking down the streets and he falls into a hole. The walls are very, like, they are very huge for him to climb out of. So the walls are very steep of that hole that he cannot get out on his own. A doctor was passing by the hole. He sees the guy inside the hole, and the guy shouts up, "Hey, can you help me?" The doctor writes him a prescription and throws it down into the hole. Then a friend walks by. He says, "Hi, Joey, it's me. Can you help me out?" The friend jumps into the hole. The other guy who is already into the hole says, "Are you stupid?" The friend says, "Yeah, because I have been down here before and I know the way out." So the great coaches have experience of being in the hole. Are you understanding what a coach is? They already have experienced where you are, and they have successfully walked through that path and achieved what you're looking for. So great coaches knows step by step what to do. They know emotionally how to handle you, and they know how to support you all along the way. Also, there was another post I read about what coaching is by Louise Reed. She's saying, and she's again quoting from a book of coaching, on how coaching is different from other roles like mentors and counselors. So the extract that she used the examples of riding a bike. Like, for example, as a kid, when you're totally new in riding a bike, you are totally enthusiastic, excited, the way we are as newcomers in landing in Canada. So using that example of riding a bike, your aim is to ride a bike. A mentor will show you how to ride it, like step by step. A counselor will help you uncover and overcome the fears. A coach, how a coach is different from a mentor and counselor. Coach will encourage you on how to get on a bike. She or he will help you with step by step instruction, how to ride alongside you, ask you where you want to go, and encourage you to go farther and faster. So that's the difference between a mentor, a counselor, and a coach. So as a LinkedIn career coach, I will be encouraging you on how to use LinkedIn as a professional tool to attract economic opportunities. I will be riding alongside with you and providing you support along the way of whatever questions you have or real time situations you get into. I'll be literally guiding you through. I will be asking you where you want to go. So, a clarity part of it comes at how you want to use LinkedIn and where you want to go. And I will encourage you all along the way. So, motivation, encouragement, and leveraging my network to help you with your goal to accelerate you going farther and faster. I'll be there all along the way. And most importantly, I have been in the hole. I have walked through the path of immigrant job seeker. I secured a skill specific job. I am running my business successfully. I have won a local award. I do a lot of speaking. So I have literally walked that path of being a new immigrant, pre arrival immigrant, new immigrant, getting a skill specific job, running my business. So I have been in that hole. So I completely understand immigrant job search need, and I have my own roadmap which I will take you along with. Just like a baby with baby steps, I'll be there along all along the journey. So this is how what coaching is and how I can help you. The last thing, I just wanted to see if there are a few comments. Jobanjit is saying, awesome, thanks. Most welcome, Jobanjit. I hope it explains you as a coach on how I can help immigrant job seekers. I explained what coaching is and how I can help you along. So if you're interested, reach out to me and I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. The last thing I want to include is basically I'm conducting a free webinar. So anybody who is listening to me right now can join this free webinar. This is basically a part of this is a result of the research that I have conducted. So if you want to know what are the three foolproof steps that you can use as a pre-arrival, recently landed, or an immigrant job seeker in an undervalued job, you should be a part of this webinar. This will not be a fluffy webinar. You will walk away with a 3-step on how to use LinkedIn for career success as an immigrant job seeker. Immigrant job search needs are very, very different from any other job seeker. So, and also in this webinar, I will be sharing with you my introductory LinkedIn career coaching program with a launch offer. So I have used my research to create an introductory program for immigrant job seekers. To accelerate their career goals on LinkedIn in a right way. There are a lot of things which came out as a part of my research, which a lot of other programs might not be covering. So do sign in, where I'll be sending out a communication when this will be happening. And more importantly, in this webinar, I will be offering a launch offer to this introductory program, which will not be available later on. So the link the sign up link is in the description, probably in the comments might be coming here, and description might be coming here in your LinkedIn if you're on desktop or on mobile. So do sign in, and I will you will be updated on when this is happening. Probably it will be happening towards the end of October. as of now what I plan. So this was my today's LinkedIn live. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Again, if you have any questions, my team live was here, Jobanjeet was here, Farooq was here, Dean was here. Thank you so much all of you of joining in. My team replay, if you watch this, leave your questions in the comment below. I will be definitely replying back to you because notification comes to me, and I like replying back to my audience. That is it from my side. Have a great week ahead and all the best with your job search goal. Signing in, your online LinkedIn trainer for immigrant job seeker, Khadija. Have a great day ahead. Bye.